On Thursday, April 4th, 2019, a day before the Women's College Basketball Final Four tipped off in Tampa Bay, Florida, the defending champion and future Hall of Fame head coach of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, Muffet McGraw, said the following.
We don't have enough female role models. We don't have enough visible women leaders. We don't have enough women in power. Girls are socialized to know when they come out, gender roles are already set. Men run the world. Men have the power. Men make the decisions. It's always the men that is the stronger one. And when these girls are coming out, who are they looking up to tell them that that's not the way it has to be? And where better to do that than in sports? All these millions of girls that play sports across the country, they could come out every day, and we're teaching them great things about life skills. But wouldn't it be great if we could teach them to watch how women lead? This is a path for you to take to get to the point where in this country, we have 50% of women in power. We have right now, less than 5% of women are CEOs of Fortune 500 companies. So yes, when you look at men's basketball and 99% of the jobs go to men, why shouldn't 100 or 99% of the jobs in women's basketball go to women? Maybe it's because we only have 10% women athletic directors in Division I. People hire people who look like them, and that's the problem.
Courtesy of the book Factfulness, I'm going to focus on 4 visible instincts present in this quote: the blame instinct, the destiny instinct, the single perspective instinct, and the straight line instinct. The blame instinct is the instinct to find a clear, simple reason for why something bad has happened. In this scenario, the athletic directors. The blame instinct makes us exaggerate the importance of individuals or of particular groups, because once we have decided who to punch in the face, we stop looking for explanation elsewhere. It drives us to attribute more power and influence to individuals than they deserve, for bad or good. However, out of curiosity, let's look at the data concerning women and men athletic directors since 1990. Though Coach McGraw referenced Division I specifically, I'd like to take a broader view and look at all 3 divisions, because most of the Division I jobs are obtained by experience, and that experience starts at the lower levels. As experience is gained, so are opportunities. If you look at the numbers alone, it can be misleading. So to be more accurate, let's divide and look at the percentages. In 1990, 11% of the athletic directors were women. By 2000, the percentage increased to 15.2%. By 2010, the number continued to increase as high as 17.3%. The most recent data is from 2018, and it shows the highest percentage yet at 19.6%. We will come back to this later when we refer to the straight line instinct, but it's very important to note the following. 39 of 339, or 12% of Division I ADs are women. In Division II, 41 of 286, or 14%. In Division III, 120 of 397, or 30%. The percentage tells us that the future increase will not be a straight line. But again, we've gotten ahead of ourselves. Let's pause for a moment and be very clear. The percentages are not good, but they are better. It's important to be reminded of 2 things. 1, things can be both bad and better. Better and bad at the same time. 2, small steps forward are still signs of progress, and they add up over time. So, should we punch the athletic directors in the face because of their poor hiring practices? Are they to blame? To quote Hans Rosling, in fact, resist blaming any one individual or group of individuals for anything. Because the problem is that when we identify the bad guy, we are done thinking, and it's almost always more complicated than that. It's almost always multiple interacting causes. A system. If you really want to change the world, you have to understand how it actually works and forget about punching anyone in the face. Let's look at this from a different angle. The destiny instinct, the idea that innate characteristics determine the destinies of people, countries, religions, or cultures, in this scenario would suggest that men should be ADs and coaches, while women do not possess the innate characteristics necessary for the job. This is, of course, absurd, which is Muffet McGraw's point. Fortunately, there is good news. We are updating our worldview. We are making progress. The ratio is still bad, but it's better. Again, both better and bad at the same time. When it comes to the single perspective instinct, it's possible that Coach McGraw tried so desperately, with good intentions, to make people care that she forgot all about the progress that has been made. She made the world simple by giving the problem a single cause, and thus providing a simple solution. And now, as promised, back to the numbers and the straight line instinct. It would make sense that the line will not continue to progress at its current straight line pace. In fact, over the past 30 years, the percentage almost doubled. If it doubles again, and then again, the line will look more like a curve. Progress will progress more rapidly.
We don't have enough female role models. We don't have enough visible women leaders. We don't have enough women in power. And that's the problem.